My name is Keith. I'm a barber from Tacoma, Washington. When the pandemic hit, it did affect me as a business owner. I had my own personal reasons why I didn't get vaccinated. But I was talking to a doctor and he was telling me more about what it can do to protect us and our family. I wanted to get back to that once was, right? I do feel safe knowing that I am vaccinated. I just hope what I'm saying is reaching into people's heads to know that this is the best decision for all of us. To learn more, please visit hereforwa.org.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is knowledge, whether knowing how to heal yourself from plants, knowing how to stretch your body right, and knowing what to do when you need to take time or space to get to know yourself and to grow as a person. And knowledge is something that can be passed down from your abuelitas to your mom and just to all the knowledgeable, powerful women in my lineage, at least.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
On Rainier Avenue Radio.world, look for the Change Your Food, Change Your Life show. I'm Dennis Weaver, your good food guide and host, helping you to feel good and look good, and who wouldn't want some of that? All that and more from the Change Your Food, Change Your Life show on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Stories, songs, and guests. Begin living the organic good food life, and the rest of your life just may be the best of your life. Always up, baby, to your health.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not cooking up a batch of my famous wood-flavored chicken, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good?
This is Big Poppy, host of Jazz from the Cabinets. Join me each week for a listening tour of the first century of jazz, an eclectic mix of Dixieland, big band, cool jazz, bebop, contemporary jazz, world jazz, all jazz in all forms. That's Jazz from the with Big Poppy on Rainier Avenue Radio, streaming worldwide on RainierAvenueRadio.world. Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio traffic update.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not stopping a Mercer Island street.
Good morning. We are here at the Entrepreneur Community and Cultural Office at the Urban League of Seattle on the corner of Martin Luther King Way and Alaska Street. And we are here today to have a conversation, one that is very, very exciting. We are announcing a baseball league here in Seattle called the Good Neighbor League. I'm extremely excited to have been working with this organization here, which provides so much community support for entrepreneurs and young people who are looking to get into business. This is Gosei Mohammed, who is a part of that program and who has been working as a coach, as a mentor, and has been working to support the efforts of what we are looking to bring to Seattle and hopefully one of these days even across the country for those that will be looking at this project. My name is Juan Cotto. I am the president and CEO of the Good Neighbor League. We have filed and incorporated our paperwork as we've talked about putting processes together, and we're extremely excited about the process and how things are shaping up. The reason why we wanted to call this press conference today, obviously the Major League Baseball game at Rickwood is being played tonight, and we are one day after Juneteenth, and celebrations not only in the Seattle area but across the country to look at the history of ownership in the Black community tied to Major League Baseball, and we believe this is an opportunity that's going to extend that. Before we get started, I want to really talk about a couple of different issues. Number one, the passing and the tragic passing of Amar Murphy, a young student at Garfield High School. Was working was involved in the situation there, breaking up a fight. Unfortunately, gunshots rang out, and his young life was snatched from him. And that is something that we have been talking about throughout our community as leaders in the community, ways that we can get our children more engaged in positive things. And we know that right now there is it can be very, very tough for young people, and we certainly feel for that family. As many know in the community, I had lost a child 13 years ago, and it has been weighing on me what the Murphy family is going through right now. And my thoughts and prayers have been with you. And when the cards and letters stop coming in the mailbox, and there isn't as many interviews and attention, you are all on your own with it. I hope that journey is a peaceful one for you, and one that you will deal with every day, as I have for the last 13 years. And I know you're very early in that journey, and I'm thinking of you and how you will be going through that. And I have been trying to reach out to the family, and if there's anyone that can connect me with the family, I would really appreciate that, as they're going to be starting a long process that never goes away. You manage this process. It never goes away. Then, of course, on Tuesday, the world lost one of our great ambassadors for the game of baseball, one of the great leaders for this country, and certainly an icon in the Black community. Willie Mays passed away at the age of 93, a life well lived. And so much has been written, so much has been put on, and certainly a tie to this incredible game that we love, certainly, and we once owned in the Black community. And this Rickwood game tonight that Major Leagues is doing is an homage. Pretty much it was a living homage till a couple of days ago for Willie. Played in that particular stadium, and the Negro League Baseball, we've had conversations in the community. Jackie Robinson, an iconic figure, and as great as he was, the discussion around integration, and certainly when integration happened, and I think that on many different levels, it's not debatable. That was great for the country. It was great for people. But having said that, the Black community for up to 47 years ran a league at that point. And that league disbanded soon after the Major Leagues integrated, and the conversation around the ownership of Major League Baseball again. And this is where I will kick off our presentation. And once again, I know that Rainier Avenue Radio, if I can put in a plug, will be doing a broadcast this evening to discuss the life of Willie Mays and the impact of Willie Mays. Generations, it's been years since he retired, but the name Willie Mays still brings tremendous emotion, still brings an iconic legacy, and certainly has brought so much the last couple of days. And we're going to discuss that tonight, 7 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. And I will be hosting that. We will have a number of visitors stopping by to discuss their feelings about the great Willie Mays. But let's move on to the Good Neighbor League, and we're excited about this, and maybe this will continue the legacy of Willie Mays. And this is an opportunity for us. And I have always, as a young child, when I read the back of baseball cards and I looked at some of the towns that our major league players stopped in, and I know that Ricky Henderson played in Pocatello, Idaho, and guys played in Waterloo, Iowa, and some of these small cities across the country where there were these minor league depots. And I thought to myself, geez, when you look at the cities of Renton and Kent, and even some of the neighborhoods in southeast and central Seattle, there are people in those neighborhoods that are living in some of those cities. And I thought to myself, geez, wouldn't it be interesting if we were able to have minor league baseball or have a league where we could play and have stadiums and so forth. And so this has been a lifelong thought of mine. But a number of things have happened recently in the business of Major League Baseball. And first and foremost, Major League Baseball is a marketing play. This is an opportunity for communities to take businesses and promote their businesses in the community. This is an opportunity for our community to come together at many different levels. And I thought, geez, what if we looked at some of the beautiful parks that we have in this area and we were able to dress those parks up, refurbish some of the parks around here. There's so many examples of leaders in our community who take things and dress them up, and boom, you have something that is as a service to the community. And that's what the Good Neighbor League is all about. Certainly, we've seen in the recent years the decline in participation, certainly at the major league level, the numbers of Black American players, and that's not to be confused with Latino players. I've had several conversations about this. We know that dark-skinned Latino players, they are brothers, and they bring a flair to the game, and they bring a unique character to the game, and they also bring an audience to the game. But most of these young Latino brothers are coming from the islands of the Dominican Republic. They are coming from Puerto Rico, Cuba, and they were born there and they came to the United States. And baseball becomes a passion for them. But we are losing the young Black American is either focused on basketball, focused on other areas, and this is an opportunity to reconnect our community to a game where we once owned it. So we have been working with folks who are looking at that as a potential opportunity. We've been working with municipalities who've been incredibly supportive to give us an opportunity to look at ways that we can build with the Parks and Recs departments and see if we can come up with ways to improve the parks, not only on the city's dime, but certainly on revenues and funds that are generated by our business and our investors, and then see if we can provide a unique entertainment experience that customers will love. And I want to introduce Gosei Mohammed of the Entrepreneur and Community Cultural Office here at the Urban League, and I would like to have him, speak about the numbers and speak about the sheer vision that we've had in working in this.
For sure. Well, really appreciate the introduction there. My name is Gosei Mohammed. I am the business finance coach here at the Echo Center. Really excited about this opportunity. A little bit about myself. Worked in finance for some years on commercial banking, investment banking, corporate financial planning analysis. Been working with Juan here for about 5 months, and we've gone through a number of different iterations of this project. We've been on countless calls, countless meetings, trying to hammer out exactly what we want to do as a business and what we want to do as individuals that want to engage with the communities that we work within. And so from a business model perspective, there are a number of different revenue line items that we expect to see initially and later down the line. And so initially we expect to work directly with small businesses, have them be vendors, as Juan mentioned earlier. We expect to work with the corporations here in Seattle. We have the Amazons, the Microsofts, we have the Expedias, the T-Mobiles, all companies that are interested in figuring out ways to engage with the communities that we are already in. We're talking ticket sales. Juan touched on this a bit. Working with organizations, nonprofits, for-profit businesses, schools within the locality that we're working in. And so figuring out ways to engage with the youth for ticket sales. Maybe a portion of those sales go towards different efforts. And so a lot of conversations around that. And obviously we'd be doing merch sales as well. All of which will be driven by numbers. We need people in those seats. And so we've been very conscious about how much marketing we need to do. And it's one thing to talk about blanket marketing, but we need to figure out ways that work in each of the communities that we want to end up in. And so figuring out what unique, tailored marketing approaches look like have been a really important point in a lot of our meetings. But what really excites me outside of the business aspect of the Good Neighbor League is the community engagement aspect and how we support the small business economy. And so we expect to see tremendous business benefit, of course, but we also expect to benefit the small businesses of the localities that we're working within. Obviously leveraging them as vendors, obviously tapping on their shoulder, having them doing ticket sales and heading some of those marketing efforts. And so really excited about the Good Neighbor League. We have an MVP game that Juan maybe will be mentioning, maybe won't. But really excited to start this journey because it's been a long time coming.
Just want to make 3 key points before we sign off. Number one, we are looking at starting in 2025. That is our goal. That's what we'll be working towards very, very heavily here in the next couple of months. And we know we have a lot of work to do, but we believe that we have the folks along with us to do it. We will look at municipalities. Speaking with going down in the South Puget Sound area, the Rentons, the Kents, the Auburns, Federal Way, and obviously we have a tremendous opportunity in Tukwila with the Foster High School over there. So we're extremely excited about the conversations that we've been having and looking to find facilities to help us put this together. The second thing is we are looking at playing in the beginning a 50-game schedule. This is going to allow us to expose the product to folks in the community. We will play during the week and on weekends and give an opportunity for people to have recreation. We know that Major League Baseball has certainly made television available and the game is so good on TV, but we believe the pandemic has started a period of isolation and people need to be getting out and meeting their neighbors. And this is an opportunity we want to take advantage of to give people a low-cost opportunity, an affordable opportunity to come spend time and connect with their community. And then the third point is the biggest thing that I've been emphasizing, and certainly Gose spoke to it. We have had the opportunity to meet with so many young people who want to work in sports management and marketing. And a lot of them are former athletes. A lot of them are young entrepreneurs. They want to design uniforms. They want to design shoes. They want to be the next Phil Knight. They want to be the next person you see on television, the next Dave Sims calling the game. And this is really one of the things that I hang my hat on and one that's so important to me. I was an intern with the Chicago Cubs, spent the first part of my career with the Atlanta Braves and the Seattle Mariners working in marketing and sales. And I had the opportunity to work in professional sports and selling the fun that professional sports is and the connection that can have in a community. And that's what my passion is. I certainly have been working with young students from the University of Washington school down in Tacoma that introduced to me. They've been very helpful, and this is what has been fueling my passion for this, is to give them an opportunity to find careers in sports management. So we're really excited about the opportunity. We're really excited. We believe that there's so much community benefit to this, and we also believe that this is going to be one where we will be able to reconnect our community, bring ownership back to the game. It's our goal to ultimately, when our 8 franchises per se become financially successful, we'll start looking at selling those franchises to owners to have a turnkey operation where they can go ahead and own and be an owner in the business of baseball. And people at all levels of income level want to own professional sports teams. And we believe we have an opportunity to make that happen. So we're extremely excited. We have had tremendous conversations with our municipalities throughout the area, and we thank them for that. And we're to the next wave of how this is going to come along, and we're looking forward to starting it. We're looking forward to next year, opening day, for that first pitch to be thrown on June 15th or thereabouts in 2025. Jose, would you like to add anything?
I'll go on my end. Really excited. I know the impact that we can make in the communities that we're going to be working within. As you mentioned, a lot of communities within the greater Seattle area, the area that I'm most familiar with, are crime-ridden, are drug-ridden, and they are looking for a new way to engage with their community in a very safe environment. I think the Good Neighbor League brings that to the table. So very excited.
If there are any questions, please, and I would like to just, since I have Gosei here, I'll ask you a question to him. What got you excited about this?
Really, the community engagement aspect of it. I come from a low-income neighborhood myself. I come from a neighborhood where, some of my friends did go to jail. Some of my friends did end up dying. And so looking back, what kinds of things in the neighborhood could have been there for a young kid like myself that would have changed a lot of people's circumstances, and something like this would have been that. And so now I have the opportunity to sort of help where I can from a financial perspective, and I jumped on it as soon as he told me about it.
It's interesting what we take for granted.
Yeah.
And I talk to my son about this all the time, who's now 16, for those who know Clemente. He takes it for granted that he gets to go to baseball games. He takes it for granted that his mother and father can take time out of their day to get into practices and workouts. And I tell him that there's a lot of kids who don't have that opportunity, and for him to be able to sit since he was a young boy. I mean, we've been going to games since he was 4 and 5 years old, and for him to be able to sit. I remember, he would get tired at the games. Okay, you have to stay till the 5th inning because you're, and then we would build on top of that. But there are a number of kids who don't get that opportunity, and it's a special time to spend with your parents or someone that cares about you. It's a special time to be able to have an experience that is fun and is meaningful, and it gives you something that's positive, and hopefully those are the types of opportunities we'll be able to provide, and that we're led, certainly that we are looking to provide through this. We believe that baseball, beyond its primary areas of marketing opportunity, it does bring community together. And it does, and that's one of the things that you touched on. It. We want to make sure that the customer experience is magnificent, and that for a small price, they can a family of 4 and a family that may be struggling in some areas, they can come and have a great night and share that, and they'll will hopefully run through their family and keep them together.
Absolutely.
Tell me, from my financial standpoint, I think that we hear about the multi-billion dollars in professional sports right now, and the big contracts and salaries, but to run a business, and I think a small business, you can build a fairly successful business without having all of the necessary things that major league teams have to have.
100%. That's absolutely correct. So earlier I mentioned the different revenue line items that we plan on bringing in year one. We're talking about vendor fees, we're talking about ticket sales, merch sales, and potential sponsorships. All of which, if one or even 2 of those aren't as good as the other 2, then I think we're still in the green after running some of those numbers. And so very comfortable with the business aspect of the Good Neighbor League, and I believe it takes a lot for this to fail. If it does fail, then it would happen on the community side. And so as long as we can garner the support of the communities that we're working within, then from a business perspective, things will sort of fall in line.
One of the things that I love, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about this, and Jeff Bezos, when you see him talking about Amazon, he is fanatical, and it's a part of their core competencies. They're fanatical about customer service. And that's one of the things that I really want to emphasize is I want to be fanatical about customer service and providing an opportunity that customers will love. From a sports perspective, also from a business perspective, how do you go about creating that customer satisfaction?
So how I would approach it is I start with the customer first. And so getting in those neighborhoods, working with the organization, seeing exactly what they want, and then building the business around that, because at the core of it all, customer obsession is very important. And without their buy-in, then you don't have anything. And so here our customers are the communities, are the people that will be coming for the experience, for the baseball games. But what we need to be focusing on is exactly what they want to see at those events, and obviously how it benefits their community.
Also for young entrepreneurs, if you've just started a business, could this be that opportunity to help promote your business?
100%. Yeah, whether you're in the product space, whether you're in the services space, this could be a really good place to market it. Keep in mind, we're going to be working with communities, and we expect majority of them to be within a 2-mile radius of the baseball field that we're at. And so if you're a small business in the area, you're able to market directly to potential customers. And so we expect that you market for the most part to your neighbors that have no idea what your business is or services are. And we see tremendous opportunity for small businesses to thrive alongside the Good Neighbor League.
One of the beautiful things about the game of baseball is the number of games, and people have asked me, Juan, why don't you look at doing football, or why don't you look at doing basketball? And Pierre Cockrell has done a super duper job of putting together the Seattle Superhawks, and we're really proud of Pierre and what they've got going on, and utilizing Seattle Pacific University and trying to connect the community to a fun experience. And I actually got to attend a couple of games, and they have a very unique energy. So there definitely is interest. But baseball is so unique because it's outside. Yeah. And one of the unique, especially on days like this, you can finally see it, is that we have a very unique weather opportunity in the months of June, July, and August. Yeah. That is unlike anywhere else in the country. And the days are long. I was walking outside at 10 o'clock last night, and you could see Mount Rainier clearly from my neighborhood down in Leschi. Tell us a little bit about just looking at the opportunity to do an outdoor event business. We joke, the number of games, 248 parties a year outside. It's a unique opportunity.
It really is. It really is. There's nothing like the Pacific Northwest when the sun's out. There really is nothing like it. I definitely see full transparency challenges working with cities, Seattle Parks, working with the different cities, City of Auburn, Kent, Tukwila, and figuring out ways we can provide a safe experience and also meet all of their requirements. But when the sun's out, the kids come out, families want to be outside, they're looking for a reason to go out, and this and so very excited about it.
And you mentioned some of the challenges, and certainly there will be some, but we believe that the opportunity outweighs the positive side of those challenges. So we're going to continue to press. Yeah. And the other thing too is they haven't thrown us out yet. They believe this is something, and one of the things that we heard also. And one of the things that we need to highlight is the fact that as Major League Baseball and certainly the Mariners and different groups are promoting and touting the participation in their sports, and we believe that participation has its place. Here in the Seattle, like Southeast Seattle, there are only 2 90-foot baseball facilities.
Wow.
I mean, it's so hard for us to be able to get just regular games. Yeah. You have Rainier Playfield, and you have a couple of other places. I believe Brighton Playfield down near Akakarose School. Yeah. So certainly when Rainier Beach gets built, I believe they're planning, the cities or the Seattle Public Schools are planning on putting a new diamond in. But we just don't have the field space, and this is one of the things that we really need to emphasize. And then also the opportunity for girls to play softball. Yeah. There was an article about 6 weeks ago in the Seattle Times, and we need to also make sure that we are, stressing that we need these fields for the development of our kids and our skills, so they can participate and keep the sports alive. Yeah. On top of the potential relationships that we're getting from Major League Baseball. So
for sure. Question for you: do you have any unique marketing strats up your sleeve, working with any big names? What are your thoughts?
We are going to be working with some names. We will be, and it's one of the things I will say that I learned watching the Savannah Bananas and their explosion and their popularity in minor league baseball was their social media, and we certainly are going to do that. But keep in tune. We will have some exciting opportunities developed here where we're going to get some really exciting folks involved and really not only create a call to attention, but to build a good neighbor league and the sport of baseball.
For sure. It's been awesome.
Righty. Well, that's all we have. I just appreciate the opportunity. I want to thank our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio, for their participation today and then sending out their team. I appreciate you guys so much. And once again, we look forward to working with folks in the community. This is going to be an opportunity for young people who want to participate in the front office. This is going to, if you want to be a young broadcaster, we have opportunities for you there. If you want to be a general manager someday, or if you just want to stay and run a franchise in the Good Neighbor League, that opportunity will be afforded to you. But we want to stress the positive aspects of community, and we believe this is going to be a really, really positive and essential focus here in the central area in Southeast Seattle. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate Michelle Merriweather also, and the the Greater Seattle, the Metropolitan Seattle Urban League, and this phenomenal facility. And you need to come check it out if you're a young person, or if you're an older person like myself who wants to start a business. This is a place where there are tremendously young, talented people here who will be able to help you forge forward with that dream and really have high access to quality coaches and mentors, and it gives you an opportunity to support the community as well. So, Michelle and the Urban League, thank you for all the work you do in the community. And I think that's it.